What's up, guys? Welcome back to our weekly show that is
question mark
currently untitled. You guys let us know in the comments what you want us to call this show. But we are recapping all of the week's biggest topics, not just entertainment news, but just pop culture in general. Yep. And this is my awesome crew of experts here.
All right.
I say it in quotes, not to offend you.
I think that she just means we're really good experts.
You guys are really good experts.
We've got opinions. I don't know how much data we have, but we've got opinions.
So we got a big show today, right?
Yeah. Lily, what are you talking about?
I'm going
over
to talk
there?
about Save Marina Joyce, the Twitter hashtag that has literally taken over the entire internet.
Oh
If you haven't heard about it, I'll tell you everything you need to know, but you probably should have already heard about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of details to that. Like, good luck
So many
unpacking it.
theories.
I'm so confused.
I know.
So many conspiracy theories.
There's going to be a Netflix series about that one day. All right, but I'm going to kick this off with Kanye West making headlines yet again for Taylor Swift drama. This story is never going to have a period at the end of it. It's going to continue forever. So Kanye was performing with Future and Drake at one of their concerts in Chicago, and he took the stage to perform his song Famous. Of course he would. But before he did so, he told the crowd this.
All I gotta say is, I am so glad my wife has Snapchat.
So in case you missed it, he said, I'm so glad my wife has Snapchat. And he also says, now y'all can know the truth and can't nobody talk S about ye no more. And then he performed Famous, doesn't end there, and then he let the audience sing the part where it's like, I made that famous.
And did they participate?
Yeah, of course they did.
Of
Of course they did.
I probably would have if I was there.
Yeah.
But we all would have forgotten because we'd have way too much to drink.
No,
That is correct. I also
Juice.
don't know if I'm going to be seen at a Kanye concert.
True,
honestly.
probably not.
I know.
I mean, I was always Team Taylor, but she did some shady stuff.
Really?
She really dug herself into a deep, dark hole.
Oh my God, it was crazy. It's like suddenly finding out that Santa Claus doesn't exist. Maybe not the
But
same
in
thing
the form of
at
Taylor
all.
Swift?
It's like, but for a lot of people, much more traumatic.
Right, yeah, you're absolutely right. No, I was such a Team Taylor kind of person. I thought she was amazing. I bought it all. I bought the brand. I bought the
were
YouTube
drinking the
videos.
Kool-Aid.
I drank
As if you
so
weren't,
much
Lily.
Kool-Aid.
I've never been a diehard Swiftie.
she's a
I like
Katie
her
cat,
music.
for
You
sure.
are
Yeah, I've
a
always
Katie
been
that's
Team
true.
Katie.
Yeah.
But you can't deny that all of us are into the Taylor Swift music videos. I've been here during award shows when we're all watching in the lounge and we all go crazy. Like Wildest Dreams came out and we were all freaking out.
The
Right,
music
right.
is on a completely different
Exactly.
platform. Her, I mean, even because her biggest takeaway after that Kanye video came out was that he didn't okay the line, but he was
please.
okay with her saying
That
saying
we're gonna have sex
Yeah,
together,
I was like,
that I
that's
made you famous.
just as bad.
She
In rap,
obviously
is a term of endearment according to people that
Exactly.
do rap.
What
That's right.
I didn't, what I didn't like is how she kept alluding to how famous she was. Like she was like, I sold this many copies before you made me famous. And the flowers that Kanye had sent Taylor, she was like, I posted those on Instagram, and
So
that's
this
the
isn't
most
the
liked
official
photo
call with
I've
Kanye
ever
that
had.
you're
Yeah.
referring to.
But why is Kanye still milking it? Like, aren't we over it? The thing is done.
Well,
like, let's move on.
Yeah, but the problem is when she got up on that Grammy stage, she cut Kanye down when on the phone call she said she was going to be in promotion that they did it together.
Like this is Kanye's first public appearance, I think. So I think you do want to address the rumor that
I
know
mean,
everyone's been talking about.
Taylor's been
enough.
addressing it.
What was that?
Taylor's been addressing it. Why can't he?
I mean, that's true. I'm okay with him addressing it, but I'm kind of just tired of talking about it.
Oh,
So
I
I'm
think
I'm hoping they all just kind of stop soon.
I'm just waiting for it all to turn into be a publicity stunt, and then she's gonna be like featured on a remix of the song.
I'm waiting for the album. Taylor Swift's new album.
I've never thought I'd say this, but I'm so glad Kanye West is also talking about Kim Kardashian's nudity.
Oh my gosh, I
That's
love
something
this.
I thought I'd never say, but in this instance, I'm kind of okay with it. So in September's issue of Harper's Bazaar, Kim and Kanye did an interview together where they were just kind of gushing over each other. One quote that I love when they asked Kanye what his favorite Taylor Swift song was, by the way, he said, "For me, I don't have one." And Kim says, "I was such a fan of hers." But also another
shade.
quote that I love from this is they asked him what his favorite part of his body was.
Of his body?
Like what was his favorite part? He
His
says
brain, probably.
his face.
Oh.
And his favorite part of Kim's body is her heart.
Vagina. Oh.
Yeah.
That's why he married her.
I knew she was going to chime in, but it doesn't stop there. I actually really find this quote really interesting. He continued saying, I love her nude selfies. Like, I love the ones from the side, the back ones, and the front. I just love seeing her naked. I love nudity, and I love beautiful shapes. I feel like it's almost a Renaissance thing, a painting, a modern version of a painting. I think it's important for Kim to have her figure. To not show it would be like Adele not singing. Now, people thought this was the most ridiculous parallel because Adele is so talented for singing, and you're trying to say,
Are you about to say that it's not?
yes. And he's paralleling it like Kim Kardashian's butt is not a talent, or is a talent for her.
Like it's just as valuable as a contribution to the world as
Well,
Adele's music.
yes.
In terms of money, it is.
But let me
That is how she's made her empire.
That's actually true. Sex tape. You're so right about that.
Well,
But
no, that's how she started her career, but she has risen and maintained and had so much growth.
You know what?
In her butt.
One is visual beauty and the other one is audio beauty. You can appreciate a good song like Adele, and you can appreciate a good ass and a good face like
I mean,
his.
I think we can all agree with Kanye that like everyone loves a nude selfie. We like to look at Kim Kardashian. We like to know what she's doing, but the comparison to Adele is what
That's
has
what
a
I was going to say.
maelstrom.
You can't compare two things like that, but I also feel like he loves the absurd comparisons. He compared himself to Steve Jobs and like
And
Warhol
Jesus.
in the flesh.
and I'm like,
Jesus.
okay, you guys
actually
didn't
true.
even do remotely the same thing. How can you
Right.
compare it? He likes to make those things just.
he's a rapper at the end of the day, but let me just say this. This is why I love this so much. How many mega stars, rappers especially, rock stars are coming out talking about how much they love their wives' bodies. He's not saying, I'm glad she's sharing it with the world and I hope everybody sees her naked butt. He's saying, I love her body. I think she's beautiful. I love it from all angles.
It
like, I am
is true,
so happy
but,
that
like,
he's speaking out like
Kind of
this.
like they're married.
Yeah.
I hope he likes her body.
Yeah, but there's something special when your husband gushes over you.
Public advocates for you like that and
Exactly.
publicly. You're right.
Exactly.
But how much of that do you, well, obviously he loves his wife's body, but how much of it do you
And
think is
her
to make
heart.
a statement? Because I feel like Kanye is for shock value and he likes to get people's attention.
Well, usually if someone's complimenting you, it's for a statement. It's not something that's a bystander. You actually intend on complimenting someone. So I think
yeah,
that's
but
okay.
he's doing it in a platform in which he knows millions of people are going to see and hear and read and talk about.
And, well, that's also because she has so many haters. Because every time she puts herself out there, she gets scrutinized with her body. So he just wants to be like her protector and be like, "Yo, I dig it."
I feel like
dig it."
now more than ever, the Kardashians is a respected brand. Like I think people like yes, what they are built on is a little bit, but
I
I
don't
think
know if
they
I'd say
are
respected, but like influential to the point that
Yes.
Kylie can have an entire makeup line that sells
Right.
out in minutes when it's actually not great quality.
But here's the thing. Do you guys really think that Kim is only talented because she has a sexy body?
No, not
I
at
think
all.
she had to be a businesswoman to be
Yeah.
able to make a career out of a sex tape.
Totally.
Otherwise, there would be a lot more people with sex tapes that have millions and millions and millions of followers.
Yeah. Paris Hilton.
But I
was-
don't think that she necessarily is the best role model for people of how to get famous because she really objectifies herself and her family.
Totally.
I think one thing is being successful and making a lot of money, and another thing is actually contributing to the world and making it better and pushing it forward.
I would.
is, you know,
I would
rich and
dis-
famous
I
and
would
powerful, but I don't
disagree.
know how much positivity she's
Exactly.
getting.
I can
I would
appreciate
disagree
her
though
success.
because it's the same thing that YouTube is. It's an escape for people. So yes, they might not be learning from Kim Kardashian, but they're tuning into Keeping Up with the Kardashians to escape their own life and live through somebody else's for a second. And if that makes them happy, let it make them happy.
I'm going to wrap this up on one final quote from Kanye that I loved. They asked him about whether or not he has done nude selfies. And he said, you'd get a good shot here and there. Gotta keep it rock and roll. I actually love that quote from him. Did you like my
That's gotta be
delivery?
in a rap. That's gotta be in a rap.
Oh, he might, yeah, that might be from a new song. Who knows?
Interesting. What's going on in the world of YouTube?
Yeah.
Laura?
Okay, guys, so I'll set the stage. I was online and I was checking my Instagram and my Twitter, and I started getting these comments. I was like, what do you think about Marina Joyce? And I was like,
Yeah.
who's Marina Joyce? And I had no idea, so I clicked the hashtag, and then it starts just coming up like, kidnapped YouTuber, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? So then I spent hours in this conspiracy theory wormhole. Turns out this girl, Marina Joyce, is a YouTuber, and she had about 600,000 subscribers. She's
Right,
from
that's a
London.
lot.
She's 18, I believe.
18
She's
to 20.
young.
She looks
She's
young.
young.
Under
Young
20.
YouTube,
She's
yeah.
young. And she used to have relatively normal videos. They were very like personality, comedy, beauty, all normal YouTuber stuff. It was like things guys like, things girls like.
Right.
And they were all very normal. She seemed like a bubbly,
Happy.
charismatic girl.
Yeah.
About 4 months ago, the videos start just getting kind of weird. She's like not able to talk in a complete full sentence without repeating herself, and she's kind of fidgety, and she does a lot of weird like she does this, like doing the heart is her main thing, but it's like kind of like weird, like letting her hands hang, and her eyes are really dilated,
And the
she's
location changed. And
she
all
did.
these random
I have a
things.
few videos that I pulled. Here's a makeup video that she did. We'll have a little B-roll playing, I'm sure, that she has, it's her daily makeup routine, but she films it in 3 different locations with 3 different makeup looks. It'll literally cut to a new location. It'll be like, and then I put on my eyebrows, but nothing looks the same as the rest of the video that she's already filmed, so it doesn't make any sense. Then there starts to be some videos that people think she looks like kind of scared in. The one that everyone is watching that now has 17 million views,
my
you
gosh.
guys. And like I'm probably 100,000
I
of
was
this
gonna
because
say, how
I've gone
many
back
are
to
yours?
watch it so many times. It's her advertising these weird dresses that are not the cutest.
Yeah.
Not really sure.
Very
And,
costumey.
yeah, like literally looks like you were playing dress up when you were 5.
But that brand's jumping up and down now because 17
Yeah,
million people
exactly.
have watched.
But I don't think anyone's buying the dresses.
No, they're not.
But so in this video, I think it's like 10 minutes long. She only says 1 sentence in the very beginning, which includes the word advertising 3 times. Roll the clip.
Hey guys, so today I'm advertising Style You and I'm advertising their clothes. So this is me just advertising their clothes and yeah.
So then she starts doing it. She says again, like, this is the brand I'm advertising. She's holding a box. You see a few weird things. There's fingers in the corner, like pointing kind of where she should be standing.
Yeah.
The biggest thing everyone's talking about is that there's a part she's like doing a twirl and you can hear this really, really muffled, help me,
Yeah.
or save me. I've listened to it a million times. I don't hear
No help.
anything.
I don't hear anything.
It just sounded
Someone's
like
saying something.
bread.
Whoever started
Yeah, exactly.
spinning all of these little things
It's
really
okay,
made
so
it
that's
go
the thing,
viral.
and that's the
That's
thing with
true.
most conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Separately, everything's kind of like,
Or like the
that's a little weird.
bruises.
Could be
The
happening.
as
bruises.
soon as you put them all together, you're
Then
like,
it looks weird.
Well, as soon as you start filtering it through, oh, she's been kidnapped, oh, she's
Yeah.
on drugs.
She's
when
been
she
eaten.
starts,
Exactly.
everything starts to be a sign, and I think that's what's happened
well,
with
so
this
then people
story.
are going through these videos with a fine-tooth comb, so they find things in the background. There's guys peering into the shots that you're like, who's that? They look really creepy.
There's the
They like
girl.
There's
zoom
been
in
someone
on her
that, like,
eyes.
They zoom in on eyes to see reflections of someone filming that
Ugh.
it seems like she's being ordered to film these. So
freaking
the
me
theories
out.
are basically that her boyfriend kidnapped her
Yeah,
and has been
enslaved.
forcing her to do drugs and keeping her doing these videos to make it seem like everything's normal.
and he's taking all the money.
Exactly. So that was a little far-fetched to me.
Yep.
Even more far-fetched, people claim that ISIS had kidnapped her.
Actually, I had a feeling.
Well, that's because, okay, when that 6:30 a.m. meet and
No.
greet
No,
happened,
no, Miriam,
that's
no,
when I
no,
thought
no,
ISIS
no,
was
no,
involved.
Wait, 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 wait.
No, no,
So,
no, no.
wait, wait.
She tweeted out that she was going to have a 6:30 a.m. meetup, which
Uh-huh.
in normal, out of context, that
At
is
which
really,
point,
really weird.
Lily texted everybody at
Us.
Clevver.
Oh, no, I
I
was
texted you earlier, not just about the meetup. It was
Okay.
about the entire
Okay,
scenario.
fine.
Wait, wait,
That
before
was-
you, I know where you're going. Hold on. Before you say that, the creepy thing about that tweet was also another one of the YouTubers that were in that video with her. There's 2 other girls who are also super weird. One of them said, I think Marina Joyce might have said this. Make sure you bring a friend so you don't get lost.
she said
I
that.
was like,
like,
whoa,
what?
people do not show up
Well,
to
so
this
then
meetup.
Miriam looks it up. It's one of
I
those
looked it up.
daybreaker.
Yeah, it's like one of those
It's a
super
sober
early
rave.
morning
Which you go to
raves.
a lot,
We've
right?
done.
We've all,
Yeah.
this half of the couch has done these. So it's totally normal that she was asking her fans to show up at a party that is sober, that's at 6:30 in the a.m. that a lot of young people go to.
Right.
How young?
And also, by the
'cause
way,
she also has
bruises,
much younger fans.
Anemia. I just wanted
It's
to
not
say
as
These bruises,
dangerous.
though,
These
I have-
daybreakers are not
I
dangerous.
get crazy bruises all the time.
Okay, these look like not crazy. You're not gonna be able to see
They'll
that on
put
the
B-roll
camera,
to show us.
but look at those bruises. Those are not normal. Oh, whoops! I banged my arm.
Okay, you're right.
Someone
It's
has
pretty
clearly
intense.
grabbed
Yeah.
her. or
So
something.
regardless of whether she bruises easily, those are a little questionable.
But because this all went viral, the Popo showed up.
Okay,
at
wait.
her
So
house.
now I have a quote from her mom because she talked to, I believe it was Daily Mail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the mom says, everyone is fine. We don't understand what has happened. Everyone is coming up with strange conspiracy theories about ISIS and being kidnapped. It's gone over the top. It's not a publicity stunt. She's not being held by ISIS. I woke up at 3 a.m. to police shining a light in the house. No
my
one should have called the police. Then she said they like start questioning about the bruises. There was the gun in the background of one of the videos that they pointed out. She says the gun is a toy gun, one of those BB guns. I've got other children.
Why would she?
And then it goes, she's just done a live stream to fans to show she's all right. As for the bruising, we all bruise easily. There's no abusive relationship. So my only takeaway there, though, is she's done a live stream to tell everyone it's okay. That live stream came way too late, first of all.
Yeah.
She also was going through and favoriting tweets when people were going, if you're in danger, favorite this. She's favoriting those.
But she's not replying to anyone.
No,
she's just
favoriting. Then she's going and favoriting ones that are like, if you're fine, favorite it. Favoriting those. She was sitting at her computer, reading all these, responding to comments. People literally were concerned.
It's either a PR stunt because she did go from like 600,000 subscribers to almost 1 million now, or she's just on a lot of drugs.
I just would be so blown away by her acting skills if it was a publicity stunt.
Here's
That's
the
very
problem with this
sophisticated.
girl, I think, in my personal opinion. This girl is going through something mentally or emotionally. It could be drugs, of course. That might explain some of the bruising, maybe. But I think there's some sort of potential personality disorder. I have people that I know very well who deal with bipolar disorder, who have multiple personalities. She might be dealing with some sort of degree of those mental diseases or disorders, and I think what she's exhibiting is signs or their cries for help for sure. So I'm glad this happened so that people on the inside can start getting her the help that she needs.
Is this going to help her, or is it going to turn into an Amanda Bynes situation
That's the first thing. That's the only
where
thing
her
I
mental
compare it to.
illnesses fall, like they really
I don't
Because
think
then
you
you
should
got-
be on a platform where you are being scrutinized. I don't think you
But
should
nobody
be
can ta-
famous. I don't think you should be making YouTube
Well,
videos.
so
if you
here's
have a
the
mental
weird thing,
illness.
though, is so that, I mean, not weird, it's just kind of disturbing, is that she did her first interview since all this
With
happened.
Phil.
with
How did
Phil,
she sound?
She did Phil DeFranco. And that's...
Yeah, Phil DeFranco.
Did she sound normal?
Panic. So he video chats her. His camera's not working, so she's not looking at him. So it's funny to watch him because he's very perceptive to how she's answering these questions. He asks about drugs. He asks about the bruises. She claims she fell in the woods for the bruises. The drugs, every time she answers, she never says, like, I would never do drugs. I don't do drugs. She goes, I wouldn't do that to my fans. Then they start talking about Amy Winehouse and stuff, and she basically says, the only reason you don't do drugs is because you could die. That was like her takeaway.
I know. I actually, a part of me believed her. I was like, I don't really think she's doing drugs. I think
really.
that,
Then what do
she
you
was
think? A
stumbling
mental
on- I
disorder?
I think there's
a
some
lot.
sort of mental disorder. I do disagree that I think if she has a mental disorder, she's fine on YouTube as long as she gets the help that she needs and the medication. Just because you have a mental disorder doesn't mean that you can't be
That's
in
not
a
what
lot
I
of
meant.
people-
But a lot
Right.
of people are saying that it didn't. It's not like she's always had it. It like has developed because it's been
happens.
such a drastic change in her
That
behavior.
happens.
I guess what I
Something
mean
can
is-
trigger that.
Right. I guess what I mean is you should get help as opposed to letting your mental illness unravel and publicly.
Well,
Well,
and then
the
she's just
problem-
responding to people going like, I'm fine and it's great. I've gotten all these new followers.
The problem is, though,
strange.
is
That's what you're
nobody
reacting
nobody
to?
can kick her off or regulate her usage of YouTube because she's self-producing all of this content.
mama
And if
should.
she's feeding off of it, but her mom's speaking out on
says
her
she's
behalf.
Which is strange. That's the strangest key to me in
This
this
feels
puzzle.
like a Britney Spears situation where she needs a conservatorship in order to help her get back on track so that she can do what she's good at. I think she's great at being a YouTuber, but I think more details are going to come out on this. I'm actually happy that more attention is being drawn to this. Hopefully she'll get the help that she needs, and I think there are going to be more details to come. So.
All right, well, let's move on to a different topic, and that's a little lighter. It's about freeing the nipple. So Kendall Jenner is no stranger to showing her nipple everywhere she goes. You know, at Coachella, Kylie was snapping her with her nipples out all
She's
the
got great
time.
nipples.
And she's always showing it. So
Are they pierced?
yeah, they're also pierced, and that's what we're talking
one of
about
them.
right now. Is she was seen rocking a 2,500 winged nipple ring.
Wait, winged, like with like angel wings?
Angel wing. So I have a photo for you. It's $2,250,
Oh,
and
that's
she was
really
wearing
pretty.
it.
That is beautiful and so dangerous because as someone who knows other people that have nipples,
You get caught on something.
it can
A friend.
get caught. Yeah, a friend of mine. It can get caught on things. That's so scary.
I'd be
All right.
nervous for any nipple
Girl,
rings.
undress very slowly.
So Kendall, she took to her website to say, I don't really see what the big deal is with going braless. I think it's cool, and I really just don't care. It's sexy, it's comfortable, and I'm cool with my breasts. That's it. So E-Online, they're saying that it's trendy, and you can pair nipple rings with like lace and mesh and stuff, and it's like a cool, fun look. But my thing is, is that doable for you girls in your daily life? Because you can't show up to like a 9 to 5 with a see-through top with your nipple
No,
ring
the Kardashians
show.
and Jenners can do whatever they want. Whatever their life is like does not apply to normals.
Clevver doesn't have a huge dress code, but I think they'd probably draw the lines at nipple rings.
I'm pretty sure they'd be like, actually, I would like you to put your shirt back on. I'm not as impressed.
She does it all the time though. Even when she's just walking at like Earth Cafe, she has like these see-through shirts where she's
And she looks super hot with it,
showing her
and I feel like if
nipples.
you're a supermodel and if you have petite tits, then you can get away with it. But also, the has, why am I calling all women today? Ever since
it's
that
an endearing
Kanye
term.
story.
According to Kanye.
Exactly. No, I don't remember what I was gonna
Well,
say.
do you think
oh,
it's
bodyguards.
petite little.
They have bodyguards, so they can get away with it. Okay, I'm from Miami,
Well,
and I live in LA. When I'm in Miami, I do not show nothing because that city is so sexual and every single man in the 305
Follows
is
you
so
home.
aggressive. Like, I don't want people hitting on me, but I feel like in LA, I can get away with sometimes going braless in a semi-translucent shirt, and it's fine.
But do you
Yeah.
want everybody walking
Yes.
around, like everyone?
Oh, everyone else?
Every woman in America to be walking around with their nipples
Well, I
showing?
think you have to be very confident to be able to do that. Like, I don't think some girl that doesn't love her body
But
is
the problem
rocking out
is the
without
people
it.
who wear stuff like that, they're confident,
think,
but
"Ooh,
they're
that's
like
brave," yeah.
overconfident.
Well,
I don't think that's our problem. I say more power to them.
But
Like, if
do
you
you-
don't like what it looks like, look away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
really care.
I don't know. If I
Yeah.
saw someone's dingling hanging out, I don't want to look at that either. But it's hard to look away, right? It's like when
Just
it's
saw a man peeing on the side of the road on my way home last
So
night.
it's-
See,
I literally drove by. I was like, oh my god!
like,
I
where do
saw
you draw
someone
the
taking
line?
in the middle of downtown. But
Oh my
that's
gosh,
a
I
totally
did like
different example.
3 in Hollywood. A homeless guy just like pulled
The
down his pants and
homeless
started
man.
Yep.
What?
How am I the odd one out in this conversation that's happening right now? But yeah, I just feel like you have to kind of respect that there are children around and there are other people with other cultures that
So-
you should kind of
I'm
be
more
sensitive to. I don't think you have to wear turtlenecks and like not, cover up your whole body and
Like
cloth.
headscarves.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like take the nipple, tame it down, save that for your private
I mean,
life.
I think the whole thing just goes back to the free the nipple movement.
Yeah, and do you think it's inspiring? Like, if you saw Kendall Jenner wearing this, would you
I
be like,
don't.
oh, this is inspiring? Like, it's
know,
inspiring
I
me to
don't.
free
I'm
my
inspiring
nipples.
I
That'd be the
don't
word I
need
would use.
inspiration for my nipples.
You know what? I'm going to be completely honest. Sometimes when I see pretty girls like the Kendall Jenners of the world who free their own nipples, and especially if they're doing it in front of my boyfriend, I feel a little insecure. But what that
Oh,
makes me
interesting.
realize is that's something that I need to deal with, and to remove the trigger, to remove that girl and her nipple from the room didn't resolve my jealousy issues. That's something that I need to work on.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
agree
Well,
with
I mean,
that.
and inspiring wouldn't really be the word I would use about nipple
what I'm
rings.
saying.
But I mean,
Okay,
like, if
no.
I see it, I kind of like
inspire you to like live
Be
more
free.
freely, not to necessarily be like
No,
Kendall Jenner wore a nipple ring.
No,
I need
neither
a
does
nipple
Kim
ring.
Kardashian's nude photos
Yeah.
inspire me to live more freely
All right,
either.
moving on. Speaking of see-through tops,
Maybe
Maybe get
like
ass
that.
implants.
you guys.
Get a lip kit.
Speaking of sheer lacy tops and see-through things, sleepwear is now a trend, which is exactly
waiting for this for
what it
years.
sounds like. So stars are proving that sleepwear is actually sexy streetwear. So people like Kim and Kourtney Kardashian and Gigi Hadid are a few stars that are rocking this look.
You're
They
talking
wear
about nightgowns, are you?
Yeah,
like
sexy
but like
lingerie.
sexy nightgown, not like a
Almost
oversized
oversized.
t-shirt.
I was just
T-shirt.
hoping
So
for PJ.
here's like an example. Kim Kardashian, she's with all of her friends. I think this was at J-Lo's birthday party, and she's basically wearing a slip that you'd wear to bed. Is
See,
it,
I guess it kind of
is it-
depends on what you're terming it. Like, that could be just a
It's
thin
just a white
satin
dress.
do you think it's lazy or do you think it's cool?
That's not lazy. No,
I
No,
think
they
it's
picked
cool.
that
Gigi
sweater.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they picked it off the ground after
I've
they
done
wore
the
it.
also
lazy
did
one
this.
before. I've literally gone on camera at Clevver in the clothing that I slept in,
yeah.
and I have done it so many
It
times.
saves time in the
Oh.
morning.
That
Well,
is
here's the
lazy.
thing. When I was in college, I only wore sleepwear to class.
But like sweatpants,
That's
not
what I'm
like
saying. I've been waiting forever.
not like a.
I didn't look cute. I mean, I might have worn something sexy
I
a
don't
couple
think-
times
wait a
drunk.
minute.
Because these are like lacy things that you would wear before you have sex with your boyfriend.
If I wore that to have sex with my man, he would be like, I think you need to take off less clothes. He's like, that's boring.
There's the before. It's like the.
My husband's like, what are you, a grandma?
What's this one?
I
That's
think
Gigi
it's
Hadid.
sexy.
I think it's sexy
Cool.
too.
It's lacy. It's cool.
See, that's not pajamas.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
lingerie from
no,
a
that's
lingerie
like
store.
like a silk
Okay.
dress.
Here's the problem with silk. you can't sweat in it, so it's not really feasible to be wearing
My-
like silk out because it's just not a great
doesn't
fabric. It doesn't breathe.
My problem is I think this is exclusively a trend for celebrities
agree.
because you can't show up to your
agree.
9 to 5 in this short silky nightgown. That's like
Do you
only
have
something.
silky shorts you can wear?
No, but
about
get me some. I'll
underwear?
wear them on Clevver.
Okay.
Although I think that the three of us, and you two, if you're into it,
Let me do
could wear
whatever.
this out for a night for cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
In
anyone would
Beverly
even
Hills,
look twice.
like you could wear it, and nobody would think twice.
I agree.
It's not like pajamas.
Live your
it's
best
like if I'm wearing a
life.
onesie, maybe.
Yeah.
Can we please talk about the DNC? Okay, so we had
What a transition! Sexy
no
transition.
transition there whatsoever. No, because
Lingerie, DNC.
lingerie from hot people to hot people. Tim Kaine, who is officially Hillary Clinton's VP. So no one knew who the hell this guy was. We all thought he was like the most boring pick she could have possibly picked. And then he comes to the Democratic National Convention this week. He goes on stage, he does his speech, which he was so riled up. I was like, yes, Jesus. And then he posted a bunch of pictures of him when he was younger. And I feel like America finally discovered what their real priorities should be. Like, we stopped talking about national security and everyone started talking about how hot Tim Kaine is. Because that is truly
Do you
what
really
matters.
think
Do you
he's
have
hot?
pictures?
This
Give me the
man
pictures.
was actually so hot back in the
we're
day.
saying
Hey, we're
He
talking
was
about
hot.
right
He
now.
was hot back
He's
in the
not
day.
anymore.
Not so hot
Yeah,
now.
well,
I'm
let's see
sorry
let's
if
see
you're
the
He
watching.
just looks like an average
See
dad.
the TBTs.
Now he's like an average dad, but everybody.
He's only hot now because he might potentially possibly have power.
No, he's hot now because he looks
looks like
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
Do you think
He
that
looks
though?
like
Do you
Henry
think
Cavill 100%.
somebody with power becomes attractive
Yes.
even if they are not?
Yes, ask Monica
Yes.
Lewinsky.
Well, wait a minute. Wait.
just saying.
No.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby? Wrong one. Bill Clinton was very hot back in the day. Not Bill Cosby ever.
I mean, he was good looking back in the day,
I mean,
but
this is a great photo. The rest of them are like, meh.
Okay,
Really?
guys, doesn't really.
The black and white one sold.
Is this
Yeah,
what we really
sold.
should be talking about when it comes to politics, like the level of hotness, and not actually focusing on the issues
So
at hand?
no, but I think it doesn't hurt to have an opinion
Yeah.
about someone.
your qualifications,
Yeah.
it's not like a movie where you're a movie star, you need to be attractive to carry the role. It's like your qualifications are really what matters. But if you're also attractive and likable and charismatic, that's going to help you win.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Sorry.
At first, no, I was going to say at first when we were going to talk about this topic, I was like, why are we objectifying this, politician? That's so wrong.
Complimenting him.
And then I saw the picture of him and I was like, he's totally hot.
Except
And-
for was totally hot.
Or was totally
Was,
hot.
past
And I
tense.
almost think that from a feminist perspective, women get objectified all the time. Let's objectify the other gender and at least balance things out.
I don't think that's a point that needs to be made. I think
I
that,
don't think it's a point that needs to be made, but that doesn't stop people from making it.
well, she clearly just did, but I feel like the real issue here isn't that we should focus on who the most attractive candidates are. Although I think Barack Obama him and Michelle really had that going for him. They're both really attractive people, and I think his charisma helped him win the race. So I definitely feel like there's power in that because people don't really care to think too deeply. They just want to
true.
look on the surface.
Yeah,
So,
and if you have a likable face, people are
Right.
more inclined
totally,
to like you.
But that's
Right.
not the best decision when you're choosing the president.
I agree with
think
you.
everyone's basing it solely off that. I think
Exactly.
it's a plus.
I mean,
They're voting for
look
him,
at the
like, yeah.
politicians. They're no actors in Hollywood. They're like fine-looking
Well,
people,
Ronald
but they're
Reagan
not
was,
like.
but
All right,
it's
but I'm
true.
talking about who's running right
And
now.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who's running
And
right now
I'm
that's
sure
like
Barack
a
Obama's-
10? None of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean, I don't think people are using that as basis for their vote.
Well, I
I
think
think
people
people
just
just
are
have
you
commenting
sure?
on it.
I don't
No.
know. I know some people who know nothing about politics and would definitely use that as a.
I think they're Google imaging
factor.
these people to vote.
Unfortunately, yeah. Have you seen the tweets on the internet? They're all pretty crazy.
I try and stay away from those.
I know they're stressful. They're really stressful. But all right, is that all? Is that your entire pitch here, Miriam?
Yeah. I just say that from a feminist perspective, we should start objectifying our fellow male politicians.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
I mean, he's hot. Well,
Right. No, he was
used
hot.
to be hot.
He used to be hot.
Oh,
He used to be
whatever.
hot.
Verbs.
Whatever,
Was, is. Okay.
Beauty's on the
Very
inside,
different.
guys. It's on the inside.
That's why we spent an hour and a half getting ready for this show.
Speak for herself.
No, I
I did not spend that long.
Okay, let's talk about about objectification in a different way here. So Selena Gomez was on tour this past week, and she was in like a predominant Muslim city, Shah Alam in Malaysia. And people were protesting her concert because she has some sexy outfits in her tour, and she decided to kind of revamp her entire tour wardrobe to be more conservative, which I thought was a really cool thing.
Yeah.
But
Just for that.
for that one performance,
Which is respectful.
Really respectful.
Totally. When in
People
Rome,
did-
choose the Romans.
Yeah, people did protest outside, but she still performed, and I'm glad that she did that and didn't just pull out altogether because she has fans there.
Wait, why did they protest?
Because they think that
Still
she's
were
too
against it.
sexualized for their country.
Even though she changed the wardrobe? Well, I guess they didn't know.
And she also changed her sets and some of her performances to keep it less sexual.
She didn't like grind on anything on stage.
I mean, I wasn't there. I can't.
I don't think
speak
she
for
does that
her.
at regular
Yeah,
concerts.
so she's
Sorry,
overtly
not Miley.
sexual.
But so I actually appreciated that she did that for her fans and not just pulled out altogether. But in other Selena Gomez news, you guys might remember her birthday was over the weekend. She took to stage on tour to perform, and she basically broke down during her encore of Kill 'Em With Kindness. It was really interesting. People thought that something weird was up because why would she break down on her birthday?
And then she also took to Instagram.
I was
going
going
to
to say, was
like
this
a
before?
strange
That was after
message.
the incident.
Yeah, I'll sum this up a little bit. She posted on Instagram, "Tonight I felt extremely unauthentic, unconnected to both myself and my music. I had never really felt like my materials, wardrobe, or video could define me. I act on a moment and fear something that hasn't happened. I'm stagnant." She went on this whole thing, and I wasn't
Kind of
sure.
rambles at a certain point.
I was like,
I
did something
think-
happen to you? Did you say something that you shouldn't have said?
I think when you're that famous and you're going from stop to stop and these fans are connecting with you on such a deep level, but you don't know what you mean to them, I feel like you would have to step back and be like, what am I doing? Am I on the right path? And I think she just had a moment because she had she has since deleted that photo from her Instagram.
She has.
did she?
I also think it might have something to do with this Taylor Swift drama because she did
Backlash.
chime in. She was cussing on Twitter about it, saying, "Why are you effing focused on the wrong things?" So maybe that was
and then
her.
everyone fought back because they're like, when was the last time you tweeted about anything of importance?
So maybe that's what it
Right.
is.
So I can understand. And when you're in the position that is like, she's not like a manufactured star, but at that point you have such a team around you that is pulling all the strings and like making you do stuff.
You're
that
also employing
at a certain
so
point,
many people.
what is your decision and what is your team's decision? Like,
And
how does she
anything-
know where it ends?
Anything you say is going to be taken out of context. I can't imagine what it's like to be her age and that famous, and everyone in the world has an opinion about you. And unfortunately, usually it's negative, or if it's not negative, at least the negative ones are the loudest. I would definitely let that get into my head and
And
into
not
my
to
heart.
mention the biggest thing in her life, like media-wise, was her breakup with with her first boyfriend.
Like,
Leave her alone.
relationships are hard enough. Can't imagine what that was like in the
that'd
public
be
eye.
miserable.
I know, and I feel like she's still going to be working through that Justin Bieber stuff as the years progress. But we're going to keep an eye on Selena's Instagram page to see if things start changing for her. But you guys, that's wrapping up our show right now. We talked a lot about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So weigh in the comments what you think about all of this. What?
I just threw my papers on the ground.
You're exhausted.
It's over.
We talked a lot about stuff. And you guys, we still don't know what to name this show.
Please let us
Weigh in
know.
the comments.
Let us know what you think the show should be called. We're going to be here every week just bantering about what we think about things. So don't forget to subscribe, share this video with all of your friends, and hang out with all of us on the social medias when you can because we chat a lot over there too. So thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you
Yay.
next time.
Bye.